Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited that you have been a part of our Because You Ask series. This is where we answer some of your questions that you guys might have about our program. We're going to be going inside just a minute to sit down with our executive director and pastor, Paul Pruitt, and he's going to be tackling the questions that you guys have. As always, we thank you so much for liking us on Facebook. Thank you for liking us on YouTube. If you have not done that, please do so. You can go to our Facebook page, just search Bethel Colony of Mercy. You can also go on YouTube and search us there, and you can find these videos that will be linked there, also linked within our Facebook. If you're looking to sow into our ministry, you can do so at bethelcolony.org. You also can go at Facebook and sow there as well. We're so glad that you're a part of this. Come inside, let's sit down, let's talk a little bit, and let's go over some of these questions that you guys might have. Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us today. This is our Because You Ask series. This is where we tackle questions you guys might have from family needing questions answered to students who are looking, projected students that's looking to come into this program. So thank you again for joining us. Today's question that we have for you, Pastor Pruitt, who should I tell that I'm coming to Bethel outside of my family and other loved ones? And what should I say and why?
Sure. Good question. That question is a concern about your confidentiality and who needs to know. And of course, the question is posed outside the family. But first and foremost, make sure family is involved. They're the one who's supporting you. They're the one who's behind you. So don't forget them and those who are related. And one of the small parts of family sometimes that don't get discussed is the children.
Yeah.
Those little ones, young as they may be, they understand something's going on and something needs to be communicated, even at their age, maybe age-appropriate level, for them to understand what's going on there. So make sure that's being communicated. They need to be comforted, and when they're comforted, that transition is going to be easier for mom, going to be easier for you, for when you get up here in the program, so you're not stressed at what they're thinking. And so if you communicate in a proper way, it answers all those questions. Where are you going to be at for the last couple months? Or when am I going to see you? And why are you not home every night? So that will help in your transition as well as theirs at home. But besides family, most likely what you're talking about is work, church, friends is most likely what people are asking about. First, let me address the church family. Pastors, definitely plug them in. Think about it. Who's going to pray for you more? Who's going to encourage you more? Think about it. Who is going to be there for your family while you're at Bethel Colony? Your pastor is. That way your pastor can encourage, make sure being lifted up in prayer, any needs they can pay attention to that might be a need in the family. Matter of fact, one of the words for pastors is found in 1 Timothy chapter number 3. It uses these words, elder and bishop. There, and basically it refers to an oversight of believers, and it involves teaching, preaching, but it also involves caring and exercising authority there when needed. So your family needs that church body, and it'll help answer the questions. It'll help answer the questions of what's struggling going on in family, and it will make it easier for them as well to plug in, because not only may you be struggling with guilt and shame and struggling with going to church, there they are too of what's going on in the family.
Right.
So if the pastor knows going on, he can encourage, and it also helps set up for when you come back home, the family's already involved in church, they're growing spiritually, they're getting spiritually taught and healed in the same process. So it all helps with the growing back together and restoration of the family as well. So definitely plug your church in there. My family would tell you big support was like in my mom and dad's Sunday school class, of them praying and them constantly praying to encourage, because sometimes family gets down.
And it gets them through it.
Yeah, it helps them get through it. They're not alone.
Right.
There.
Right.
The other part that might be a little bit harder is the work and employer realm there, because you don't want to lose your job.
Sure.
There, you may not believe me. This may be hard to believe, but your employer most likely already knows something's wrong.
Sure.
There, why have you been calling in late? Why have you got so many absences this month? Why do you want a cash advance? Right.
Right.
So they know. Think about it. You can't work around them them 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and
Right.
them not notice
Right.
something.
Right.
They're not dumb, and most likely have dealt with plenty of other people that have been struggling with this as well. So if you choose to keep your job there, I'm sure you've got a support system. Well, let me rephrase that. Not only you keep a job there, but if they've chosen to keep you as
Right.
an employee
Right.
there,
Right.
you must work okay. And they've tolerated it to a certain level, but they're not going to keep it. So they're keeping you. So you've got a somewhat support system there, even you may not know it. Matter of fact, they know if you get the help that you need to get, you're going to be a better employee.
That's right.
They want you to do well. You're already doing obviously well enough for to keep a job there.
Hold one.
Yeah, to hold one. So if you're going to get help, they know they're investing in their company as
Right.
well, but also a person. They're not all cold and just about the business
right.
there. So most of the men that come to Bethel, they take if they take the time and be honest with their employers. I have so many that have been able to hold a job, keep a job open for a certain amount of time, and when they leave it in that professional state, not just vanishing,
Right.
there.
Disappearing.
Disappearing. Calling home
Yeah.
to come in today. When you've done that in a professional way, they tend to want to work with you a
Right.
little bit better, and they will also be pretty supportive and a little bit of a champion behind you sometimes.
Right.
They're encouraging when you get back. I was helping a former student not too long ago, and he was asking that same question there. What do I do about this? And he went and talked to his boss there. And as he talked to his boss there, he thanked him for his honesty. He already knew what was going on, or had a good hunch of what was going on, and he held the job for him there.
Right.
So he was supportive. Matter of fact, he even made a plan to come visit him at Bethel while he was here, because he wanted to make sure he was doing it and encourage him, let him know that his job was here. He was more than just a boss.
Right.
There.
Right.
And I know this kind of in the intake process kind of comes in your world.
It does. It does. And the question, we asked that question actually on our application: do you have a job that you can
Right.
return to? So we're trying to figure that out. Have you made the appropriate steps in talking to those people that you work for? Another thing is sitting down with just HR. Some companies have HR, some don't. We understand that. But sitting down with HR and actually talking to them a little bit about your circumstance and what's happening there. By law, they're supposed to help you. This is in that realm. They're looking at it as a medical condition, where we feel it's a spiritual condition, and that's the way we target it. But in their realm, they see it as a medical, so they're supposed to help you with FMLA, give you time off. So make sure that you go back and review some of your intake stuff that you got when you were first employed by them. There should be information probably there for you to be able to find that out. Don't feel subjected like you can't speak to them, because that's why they're there. That's what HR is about. They're supposed to be there for resources, human resources. They're to be able to obtain and take care of those things with you, guiding you through it. If you have an issue that comes up, they're there to help you. So, we deal with that constantly.
Good. Thank you for that advice there. The other component, not only church and work there, is a bigger, broader subject that we're not going to get it all on this one. There, is that subject of friends. Friends can be a little more tricky. We have when we're out there in the world, we've developed a lot of friends that aren't friends.
Right.
And
acquaintances.
We pushed a lot of true friends away.
Yep.
So when you say about friends, who are you really talking about?
That's right.
There, people have many definitions of friendships and that don't fit true friendships.
That's right.
Someone said fake friends are like shadows, always near you at the brightest moments, but nowhere to be seen in the darkest hour. How true that is. True friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but they are always there. And that's true about true friends. They're around. So when you talk about friends and communicating them where you're going, I'm speaking of true friends.
Right.
That one that's close.
Right.
That one like David and Jonathan that you can rely on there. Not the one that you might need to move out of your life. Jesus said this: greater love has no one than this, that someone would lay down his life for his friends out of
Right.
John 15. So if you have some of those friends, you know, you might want to communicate with them. But we're going to take time next week to discuss what those friendships looks like that will help you make some better discernment on bringing that friend in your life, communicating, and who maybe needs to start coming out of your life. Even out there in the secular programs that teach you people, places, and things.
That's right.
And we allow a lot of people to influence us, how we think, and decisions that we make. So we might want to consider what kind of friend they truly are if they're helping us influence decisions that have life or death decisions.
That's right. Amen. Amen. All right. Well, very good. Thank you for coming and watching this today. We're excited that you guys are a part of this each and every week. Thank you again, Pastor Fred, for sitting down with us. As always, we ask that if you would comment below, comment what you think of this video. Make sure that you're sharing this. This is through our YouTube channel, subscribing there. It's going to be shared on our Facebook page as well. Make sure that you're sharing that with those who might need to come into this program, those who need to hear this. Also, there's a playlist there in YouTube, tons of different videos that you guys can go through and watch to find out more questions that you might actually have that we've already answered. So we appreciate you joining us today. We appreciate you coming in and just being a part of this, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Amen.